Okay guys, today we are going to be focusing on adaptations, and this is kind of going with what you guys have been working on. It's been the food chain and different things that animals do to help it survive. So we are going to be talking about what the difference is between structural, physiological, and behavioral adaptations, and why these are important, why these occur, and learn about some different animals and different things that they have, different adaptations that they have, and how these help them survive where they live. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to look at some different adaptations through this neat little video. It's about 2 minutes, so we'll do that. And you just take a minute to load.
Different animals have different body structures and behaviors that help them to survive in a particular environment. We are going to look at the camel, the giraffe, and the penguin to see the features of their bodies that help them live in their specific habitat. First, we will look at the camel. This mammal resides in the hot desert where sand blows everywhere. Luckily, they have double rows of extra long eyelashes and thick eyebrows to help keep sand out of their eyes. They also have the ability to close their nostrils to keep the sand out. It is a misconception that camels' humps are full of water. The humps actually store fat that can be metabolized as a source of energy. The tan color of a camel's coat allows them to blend into their environment. The giraffe makes its home in the savanna, which is a grassland scattered with trees. Its neck is around 6 feet long, which is perfect for eating leaves from the tall treetops. A giraffe's tongue is long and tough, which protects it against thorns when feeding. The spotted coat of a giraffe is for camouflage. This giraffe could be easily mistaken for a tree. The Antarctic region is home to the penguin. It is extremely cold here, and the water temperatures never rise above freezing. Penguins have to keep high body temperatures to remain active. They have thick skin and lots of fat called blubber under their skin to keep warm in the cold weather. The dark-colored feathers of their back surface absorb heat from the sun, which also helps keep them warm. Penguins have webbed feet for powerful swimming. Their bodies are streamlined to reduce drag in the water. A penguin's bones are solid and heavy, which allow them to stay underwater. Their wings, shaped like flippers, help them to swim at speeds up to 15 miles per hour. The camel, giraffe, and penguin all live in different habitats and have different body adaptations and behaviors that allow them to survive and thrive in their environment.
Yay! Okay, that was a nice little video about the camel, giraffe, and penguin, and some of you may have used or know this information that's being given to you already if you explored these animals in your research before. So what types of adaptations are these? Are these structural adaptations, behavior adaptations, or physiological adaptations? These are structural adaptations. Okay, so let's explore structural adaptations a little bit further. So these are adaptations that are physical, meaning they're found on the body. They could be inside the body. Just these adaptations are parts of the animal or plant that allow it to survive in its environment. So some structural adaptations for animals may be its fur, its size, its shape, that it has a beak. It could be the size of the bones it has. Things like that. Now, plant adaptations that are structural may include thorns, storing water, leaves with fur on them, thick bark, things such as this. So another example, there's a picture here and you can't really see, but it shows this animal, and it shows some different structural adaptations that it has. So let's zoom in a little bit further. So it has a long, sleek body that enables sprinting for long distances. It has a thin fur coat, which quickens heat transfer. It has a light tone of the fur that coat that absorbs less heat, if I could speak today. The sense of smell is really sensitive. So those are just some of the structural adaptations. It's a really great picture that shows a bunch of them. So now let's move on to Behavioral adaptations. So these adaptations have to deal with how a particular animal or plant acts, how they behave. And this behavior allows them to survive in its natural habitat and protect itself from predators. And that's really important for you guys to really think about when we're looking at these different adaptations. All of these occur because it helps them protect itself. Because if it can't protect itself, it can't survive. So some behavioral adaptations for animals may be that they hibernate, or they make nests, or they migrate, things such as this. For plant adaptations, it may be when they bloom, the fact that animals or plants climb as they grow to just find the sunlight. Tumbling, meaning that they move and roll down in different areas. So here is an example of a behavioral adaptation. So we can see this tortoise here. And it has a hard shell. Now, can anyone think of what behavior might be associated with the hard shell? I'm going to give you a couple seconds. The turtle, when it sees a predator, will go inside its shell, and its shell is so hard that it protects itself from any type of predator. So it's a really neat way that they use it, an example of a behavioral adaptation. So the last form of my Prezi would go of adaptations is physiological. So these adaptations occur within the animal's body or within the plant. And these happen so that the animal or the plant, I didn't put that in there, or the plant can maintain homeostasis. So they can maintain in their home and thrive. So some types of examples for an animal would be that it creates venom, or it has poison release from its skin, which deters predators, obviously. You can control your own temperature, and we as humans, we do that. We control our own temperature. And when we're shivering and stuff, those are some types of adaptations we do to try and stay warm. And for plant adaptations, phototropism, so it bends towards light, self-pruning, so getting rid of the leaves, and accumulating water. These are all different types of adaptations. And here's a great picture right here. And it shows a bunch of different or 3 different adaptations. And so I want you guys to kind of think of which one's which. So this one is it makes a nest in a teepee shape with heavier tree matter. So what type of adaptation would that be? That would be a behavioral adaptation because it's something that the animal does to try and protect itself and to survive. So another one is longer front legs for faster movement. Is that structural, physiological, behavioral? That would be structural because it's part of the animal's body. And last, lactic acids would be released through its urine or glands. That would be physiological. Okay, so we've learned about the different adaptations. Now, why do these occur and why are they so important? So these adaptations occur because of evolution, which we've all heard about evolution. And these adaptations occur within an organism and an organism's genes over time. So it's really neat. These changes happen over a long space of time, and new things may occur within the organism's genes. That's really neat. And these changes or adaptations occur to allow the organism to survive better than before. And the outcome is a better suited organism for its environment. So remember, only the strong survive, and these adaptations make it so the animal can protect itself from other predators or the environment. So they're pretty important. So that's our lesson today on adaptations, on behavioral, structural, and physiological adaptations and why they are so important.